Hey Team DSF, it's your girl Tanaya-Marcia Silhouette, and this is your Team DSF weekly business training. Give me a couple minutes to get situated, and I'll give y'all a couple minutes to actually dial in. Hopefully my signal stays good. Today we're doing a Q&A session that was originally supposed to be hosted by my business partner Will Smith, who is in Tampa, but I am still in Orlando right now. I'm actually leaving Orlando. I had a meeting that I was presenting for one of my other business partners, and it went long, and so I'm running behind schedule with that, but I still want to get this training for you guys. So what the deal was is I asked you all to have questions sent in to me so that I can answer them. And Will was originally going to read the questions to me, but since he's not physically next to me right now and I am on the road, I am just going to read the questions to you myself and then answer them. So I'm going to give it a couple more minutes for you guys to dial in and for me to get situated on this road here, make sure I'm going in the right direction. And yes, I'm being safe. Don't worry about me. I am being safe on the road. Let's see here. Okay, that's working. Seconds here, and then I'm going to get started. Sorry you can't really see my face, but you don't really need to see my face to hear me. Just a couple more seconds here. Couple more seconds and I'm gonna get started. Just want to get situated. Just making sure. Can y'all see me on the live stream? Just want to make sure it's actually working. Sometimes my signal goes out. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with these questions here. So the first question that was sent in to me was, what is an accountability partner? So an accountability partner is, hey, Will, I don't see you. Oh, there you are. Okay. An accountability partner is basically a fellow network marketing professional like you. They can be in the same company as you, or maybe they're perhaps in another company. Most of the time they're in the same company though, because they're going through the same things that you're going through. And when you have your accountability partner, we recommend that it be somebody who is kind of along, like in the same, around the same position as you are. So for instance, if you're like at a certain rank in your company, they're somewhere around the same rank as your company. You guys are kind of doing this journey together, okay? They are someone who you can reach out to, and you should reach out to on a daily basis to kind of keep you both on track. You both have your whys, your reasons why you're in this company, your reasons why you're doing this business, and you kind of keep each other accountable for the actions that you say you're going to do. So if you have certain goals that you set and that you wrote down, and you told your upline and your mentors and your accountability partner, hey, I want to hit these certain goals in these certain times, your accountability partner you know, in addition to your upline and your mentors, will be somebody who's kind of like you to keep you on task. You check in with them, you can vent to them, you can encourage each other, and they tell you, hey, I know you're going through this and this, whatever, but you said that you want to hit these goals. So did you do what you were supposed to do today to help reach your daily goals, to help reach your weekly goals, your monthly goals, etc.? You know, and then you do the same thing for them. You keep them on task. You know, sometimes when you have a mentor, which you should have a mentor, and you, of course, you have your upline, and your upline should be engaged with you. They're kind of like more or less your parents, and sometimes we like to hide things from our parents. You know, if we know we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing all the time, we might not talk to our upline, or we might avoid them or avoid our mentor, which you shouldn't do that, by the way. But your accountability partner is someone who, like I said, they're experiencing the things that you're experiencing at the same level. And so they're just an extra person that you stay accountable with, who knows what you're going through right then when it's happening, because it's happening to them, or they're right there with you. Your upline and your mentors, they've been there before. They know what it's like. They're there to help you as well. But your accountability partner is kind of like a mirror, and you keep each other on task, and you keep each other motivated and accountable for all of the actions that you're supposed to be doing daily to help you grow your business. And then your mentor and your upline is there for support in addition to that. But yeah, that's definitely something that you guys should have. You should have an accountability partner, like I said, somebody around the same rank as you to keep you going, and kind of use it as like a friendly competition. You know, your mentor, they've already made it, or they're more successful than you, so they're good to guide you, but you want somebody to kind of drive you, like, hey, you know, let's see who can rank advance the fastest. You know, let me use that as a friendly motivation. Like, let's see who can get, you know, more enrollments than the other in this amount of time. We both have these goals. Let's see who can hit their goal fastest, but let it be friendly. Don't let it discourage you, but kind of friendly competition, and someone to keep you going, someone to motivate you. You know, hey, I didn't do what I was supposed to do today. You know, like, they can kick you in the butt and say, hey, I did what I was supposed to do. You said you were going to do what you were supposed to do. Let's get it done. You know, just keep you on task at that level, at your level that you're at, and then you kind of just grow together through this long journey, which is not really that long. Let's say like 5 to 7 year journey, but it might feel long at the beginning. They're going to keep you motivated, keep you on task. So that's basically what an accountability partner is. And like I said, they could be in your company or they could be in another, but I do recommend that you have at least one that's in your company, so they understand the culture of your company, and it really, really has that positive effect on you, and you can keep each other motivated. So the next question is, what should we look for in an accountability partner? Well, I just said it basically right there. But someone, like I said, who is somewhere around the same rank as you, somebody that is focused, okay, who is driven like you are. They're at the same level. So for instance, I'll say it like this. If you're a runner in your company, like you're running, you're coming out, you're getting after it, your accountability partner needs to also be a runner. Now, if you're a part-timer and you're only doing this like halfway, and that doesn't mean you don't have that you have a 9 to 5. You could be a runner and have a 9 to 5 and do the business part-time. But when I say a part-timer, I mean, maybe you're not a runner. Maybe you're not like super excited to like get this going like in 5 to 7 years. Maybe you're like, well, I just want to make a couple $100 a month. You know, I don't want this to eventually replace my income. Then you need to find an accountability partner who also has those same goals. So when you're thinking about who to be your accountability partner, they have to have similar goals that you have. You know, if you want to replace your income, you need to find someone who wants to also replace their income in around the same amount of time you do, because that means your journeys will be similar. You have timelines that are going to be the same. But if you have an accountability partner and you're a runner, and you have someone who's not a runner, then they'll start to hold you back. Not because they're doing anything wrong, but because their timelines are different. And so they might not be as driven as you, because they maybe don't want $1 million in the next 5 years. Maybe they just want to pay their phone bill with this company, you know. So make sure that your accountability partner has similar goals that you have as far as timelines and that level of dedication and motivation that they're going to commit to build this business around the same time you are, like at the same level. You know, that way you guys are on point. The worst thing you could do is match up with somebody who's not on the same page as you, because that can discourage you, because you're supposed to surround yourself with people that are thinking similar to you to motivate you to keep going. And if you're surrounded by people who have different goals to the point where they're not even like driven at the same level you are, that can discourage you, because they're not gonna, you know, be up at all hours of the night trying to make sure they get those daily actions done. You know, maybe they don't really care that much. So make sure your accountability partner has similar goals and similar timelines so that you guys are on the same page. And your mentors and your upline can help you find the right accountability partner for you. And another thing on that is make sure that you actually click with them on a personality level and you actually like each other. You know, if you're being assigned an accountability partner because maybe you don't know a lot of people that fit that category, take some time to get to know them as people and make sure y'all click, because it's not going to do any good if you don't. You're not going to want to talk to them if you don't really like them in real life. So, you know, just make sure you click enough to where you're able to accomplish what their purpose is as accountability partner accomplishes, which is keep each other on task, keep each other motivated, so y'all can do this journey together and hit your goals to financial and time freedom. So the next question I have is any book recommendations. Wow, that's a big one. There's a lot of books out there. But since I'm driving, I'll just tell you a couple that come off the top of my head. Of course, one of them is a book I read last month that was recommended by my mentors and my upline, which is Your First Year in Network Marketing. That is a great book that you all should read. It really helped me out a lot. And even if you're past your first year in network marketing, anybody in this industry, everyone should read it, because even me, I've been doing this for over 2 years now, and when I read it last month, it just put a lot into perspective, and it reminded me of some things that I was taught when I first joined, but I forgot, you know, or I wasn't following. And so that is a great book to read. What's another one? And you know, and yeah, authors are like escaping me right now, but you can Google it right now. But yeah, Your First Year in Network Marketing is a good one. What's another one? Somebody just said it yesterday at my business training. It was, dang, I forgot the name of that book. I will actually type, after this training, I'll type in some book recommendations in the comments, so you, with links to like Amazon or whatever. I'll type the names in and you guys can go buy them in whichever way you want, you know, audible.com, or, you know, buy the physical books, whatever. I'll just put the names and authors in them, because there's a lot out there. So, but that one comes off the top of my head because I just finished reading it. So, yeah, that's a good one for anybody. The next question is, how do you follow up with prospects? Okay, great question. Following up with prospects. After you've connected with them, you showed them a tool, and you've gotten them to an event, a third party who validated everything that you said and told the company's story and their story, then yeah, you go into follow-up mode with your prospects. Following up with them, long story short, is the same way you connected with them. When you connected with them before you did the invite, you reached out to them, hopefully, as a genuine person who cared about them. You had dialogue, you had conversations, you were listening to them, and you made the conversation about them. And then as they told you their story and their situation, you heard triggers which got you to actually get to an invite where you invited them to the information. Hey, sorry about that. I think my connection went out. But following up with prospects, the way you genuinely follow up with them is you connect with them as a genuine person again, and you just ask them, hey, you know, I know that you've now seen some information on our opportunity and on our products or services, whatever it is your company is selling. What concerns do you have at this time, or what questions do you have that I can resolve or that I can answer? And, you know, ask them straight up, you know, let them know, hey, I want to make sure that you're educated on everything that we have so that you can make an informed, educated decision. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Let's get together. You know, if they're local, ask them, you know, when you're at your event, your third-party event, you should have already set an appointment for a follow-up. If you haven't, reach out to them and say, hey, when's a great time in the next 24, 48 hours that we can get together over coffee or whatever, or if they're not local, we can get on the phone and we can discuss what you heard, and answer any questions that you have. And then once they let you know what concerns they have or questions they have, you answer them. Make sure you send it to them in the way that they want it to be sent. If they want some research information and they want you to email it to them, do that. If they want you to text them information, if they want to link up with you for coffee or link up with you however way, or they want to get on a phone call, that's great. If they want to be promoted to the next event, which you should always offer that option, if depending on the type of event that they were at. If they want a webinar, maybe you can send them to an in-person meeting in their area, or if they want a phone call, the same thing. Or maybe if they're on a phone call, you can send them to a webinar or whatever. If they were at a big meeting, maybe you want to send them to a one-on-one, or vice versa. If they were at a one-on-one, they want to go to a bigger meeting. Ask them what they want, what they need, so that they can make a decision. And then ask them how you can provide that information to them. Always offer to talk to them in the most personal way possible. Like I said, in person if possible, or over the phone, webinar, whatever. And get their concerns resolved. And then stay in touch with them. Like I said, connecting never ends. The CTE never ends. You're always connecting with your prospects until one of you dies. Okay, so that is your follow-up. Following up is exactly the same as connecting, except for this time, instead of looking for triggers to do the invite, you're looking for triggers on how to resolve concerns they have to get them to a decision. Even if their decision is no, they just need to have the information available, and you need to provide that. So that's how the best way is to follow up with them, and do it immediately. Get that appointment set at the event. As soon as the event is over, set the appointment for the next follow-up. And when you go to the follow-up appointment, set the appointment for the next follow-up until you set the appointment for them to enroll. And if their decision is no, then you just set the appointment on when you can keep them in the loop. Hey, is it okay if I keep you in a loop, and as things happen with the company, I reach out to you and share it with you? And if so, how? Would you like me to email you, call you, whatever, and put them in the rotation? 120 days, 90 days, whatever. That's how you follow up with people. It's an ongoing process, and the most important thing is it's genuine and it's effective when you do it with a purpose, not just talking to them and not knowing where to go. Always reach out to them and find out how they're doing themselves. It's not always about business. Connecting is about the prospect and their life. And as you are talking about their life, when appropriate, you mention the business and resolve their concerns. So that's how you follow up with them. How often should we talk to our interested prospects? That's the next question. Okay, like I said, when you're connecting with people, it should be genuine. So it should be as your relationship dictates. If you are building a relationship with them and you're reaching out to them, like I said, you shouldn't just be reaching out to them about the business. You should be reaching out to them about themselves and their families and the things that are important to them, and so how often you do that depends on how your relationship grows and evolves. You can start out with maybe once a week with people that you don't know that well, but if it's like warm market prospects that you already talk to on a regular basis, then maybe you can talk to them more than that. Or as your relationship progresses and grows, you can change it. And if you're building a great relationship with them, hopefully they're reaching out to you as well. And like I said, not just about the business, but about life in general. So I would say for people that you don't have that established relationship with, try every week and see how that works. And like I said, don't let it always be about business. Let it also be about just checking on them, seeing how them and their families and their loved ones are doing. And then let them dictate how they want you to talk to them when you're doing the reaching out. If you feel their vibe that you're talking to them too much, then fall back a little bit and then do maybe every other week. Or if they're loving this conversation and this new relationship you guys have, then do it more frequently. Just gauge it based on how they're feeling and their energies and how they want it to be. Because once again, it's about them. It's not about you. The next question is, what are some personal development tips? Definitely reading. I know one of you guys asked about books. Reading, educating yourself on not only your company and your products, but also on the industry. Reading up on leadership, how to be a better leader, how to be a better business owner, how to be a better person. When, this is a people business, so you have to always Look for ways to grow as an individual, because that'll help you with communicating and connecting with other people. Always be open to education. Finding a mentor. At personal development, professional development, you need a mentor. Somebody who is in your company, and you can have people that are in your industry as well that aren't in your company, but definitely at the minimum, have somebody in your company who is more successful than you that can mentor you, preferably somebody that's at the top ranks of the company. This was just explained by my mentor who's at the top rank of the company, Brandon Cunningham. At the minimum, you need to have somebody in your company that's at the top 5% of the ranks in your company as your mentor, and talk to them. They will help you with professional development and personal development. And what I love about network marketing is that when they teach you things and they educate you on things, they do it on both, because it's a people business. It's an individual, it's a me as an individual business, meaning I am my brand. I have to be the best me possible as a woman, as a mother, as a business person, as everything. And I get all of that professional and personal development from my mentors. So find a mentor, read up on your industry, read up on your company and your products, and always be open to learning. So, and attend all events recommended by your mentors and by your upline. That is going to help you also with developing your business and being a better you, being a better professional network marketer. If you're not plugged in to events and trainings, then you're not going to understand what it is that you have and how to be better. So make sure you're plugged in to what's going on in your company and in your industry. And if you have to choose your company over the industry. Go to events that your company has before you go to events outside of your company. It does not make sense to invest all this time and money and energy in other events going on in your industry if you're not even attending events that your company is hosting. Start with your company and then branch out from there and reach out to your mentor to find what is recommended by them and duplicate what they're doing. So that's that. Now, what support tools does the company offer? Okay, well, that depends on your company. You have to get with your upline to find out what support tools your company offers. My company, we offer a lot of support tools. I can't really get really specific on that because my training is designed for everyone in the industry, but reach out to your upline, check your website and your back office, and reach out to your mentors to find out what support tools the company offers, and they will be able to tell you that. So I'll just keep that generic because I'm not speaking just on my company. I'm speaking on everyone's company. We all have support tools. We just got to know what they are. So reach out to your upline for that answer. Any tips on leveraging our time? Great question. So most of us that join this industry, we do on a part-time basis at the beginning, and maybe we don't have a lot of time to grow this business the way we want to grow it. So you have to start from somewhere. Hey, sorry about that. My connection's weak and I know we're running out of time, but I've talked on these trainings a lot about using launch calls and webinars to help you with getting people to events. So create events that you can send people to that you don't have to be dialed into. So in addition to you hosting your own launch calls, which are good because those are only 10 minutes long, so leverage your time. Most people have 10 minutes to do a call, but in addition to that, you can also send your prospects to webinars that they can dial into that you don't have to be at, so that they can get the information they need. They can get to third party while you're doing something else at that time. So that's a good way to leverage your time. Use your upline and your sideline distributors to help you share the company story. Use third party to help you grow your business. Don't do it by yourself. That's not how the system works. That's a good way to leverage your time. So I'm going to go ahead and end this training because I got to get on a conference call, but I will do part 2 next week with Will, hopefully. We will answer the rest of these questions. We have a lot of questions sent in. So thank you all for getting on this training, and sorry about the delay and the bad signal. I'm driving, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.